Hello there. In this video, we're gonna see what is really Internet of Things. What are these devices? What really does it do? What all can you do? And how big is it? According to Cisco, Internet of Things is the intelligent connectivity of physical devices, which in turn drive massive gains in terms of efficiency, business growth, and quality of life. That is a good definition. Now, why should we do Internet of Things? It brings in efficiency, it creates new economic value for companies, for the governments, for people, and ultimately it improves the quality of life. How big is this market? Just like Circa tried to say in 1940, it was very difficult to understand what is the market of plastics. Today, as you see, plastics are everywhere. Now, just like that, IoT is going to be everywhere, whether it's going to be physical and tangible or intangible. Now, if you're thinking where all is going to be present, is it specific to a vertical or a specific group of people or companies? No, it's everywhere. It's going to be in IT, it's going to be in consumer, it's going to be in industries of all kind. As long as it has a turn on and off switch, you're going to be having an IoT. Let's look at this picture. So here we talk about connecting, for example, let's say your hospital to your smart grid, and to the city intelligent systems, and then your stadium, and then your traffic optimization, and then let's say your schools and your office equipment, let's say your home equipment. Let's say all of these things are connected and they're all talking to the cloud service, which is an intangible thing. So these tangible equipments are talking to the intangible over the cloud services, and then when you mix people and processes to this, then here we have a virtual grid, something like the Matrix. I remember watching Matrix and being really excited. All of that good stuff we heard. Let's see technically what this is all about. In the heart of it, these devices have sensors and actuators. Now, this is something like the human being. We have sensory organs, so we have eyes, we can see, we have the nose, we can smell, we have the skin to touch. So we have all these different kinds of sensors in our body. Similarly, these devices will also have sensors, and then this has to be connected. Just like all of these are connected to our brain, all of these sensors are going to be pushing data to a cloud platform or to something which is sitting remotely. And then, like we take decisions, like human beings take decisions, like for example, let's say I'm driving a car. Now that information is pushed to my brain. Let's say if somebody is crossing the road, so I understand that, okay, I have sensed that there is danger, my mind has processed it, and then I take a decision to push on the brakes. So that is the people and processes. So we can program the system to act in a way which benefits us and which we want to use. Now let's take one step further. Let's see what are the different sensors we're talking about. Today we have sensors of all kinds. We have sensors to sense light, temperature, humidity, motion, to your presence, not presence, acceleration, tilt, level, force, pump, flow, chemical, gas, anything and everything. We are going to be using these sensors in our devices. Then we are going to be pushing this information to the cloud network. Now to do that, you're going to be using the networks. You're going to be using the data layer, you're going to be using the physical layer, you're going to be using the application layer. For the physical layer, link layer, we have all the different protocols, MAN, WAN, LAN, PAN, and then data link layer, we got the Ethernet or Wi-Fi. When you come to the application layer, we got the TCP IP, so MQTT, HTTP, co-op, and then also we have a lot of other new protocols specifically for IoT like Z-Wave and Zigbee. So you can use all of these in your devices. And then finally we push this information, also not to forget the 3G, to the cloud database. Ultimately, it has your information, and finally you can program on that cloud, and then from there you can control this device and then control other devices and then use this information in however it benefits you. Let's take a look at people and processes. So once we get all that massive information, what are we going to do? Let's take an example. Let's say that you have a sensor which tells you how much is the light and what is the temperature. Now let's say that you push this information to the cloud, or let's say that you have an API which talks to your email. So every time the light goes below a certain degree, you want yourself to get an email, hey boss, the light has gone down to this level. Do you want to switch on your lights? Now we're talking to an array of technologies using APIs and platform and physical, tangible and intangible things. Then you say, yes, I want the light, turn on your light. So this is a very small example. Obviously, this can be multiplied. So I can control a set of IoT devices, or I can control a whole city. That's amazing, isn't it? Different use cases are location tracking, financial management. You can see what your customers are doing and you can take decisions, automation of your home, control of your home, supply chain management, security of your home and anything else and anywhere else, energy consumption, all of this on your mobile device or any app anywhere. So you can control all these devices from anywhere in the world. Now what really happens when you put the two things together? So you're putting the physical innovation and the non-physical intangible software innovation together. So you get wonderful applications coming out. Really a great time to be in terms of innovation. So for example, you have smart thermostats. So this tells you what is the temperature, it switches on your thermostat, switches off your thermostats, and therefore it brings down your electricity bill. Well, who doesn't like an extra $100? You have connected cars, you have activity trackers, you have smart outlets. Now, the IoT market itself is game changing with gazillion possibilities. But when AI joins hands with IoT, it takes it to a different level. In this course, we will see how these two play out together. We will build a solution and also will touch base on the different possibilities it's going to unleash.